Hello everyone, my name is Candy and today I will analyze two companies, Microsoft and Dot Digital, about their work on how to use non-GAAP reporting and what these adjustments mean for investors' understanding of the company's performance. Let's start with Microsoft. Microsoft frequently discloses non-GAAP earnings per share and operating income. The purpose of these metrics is to smooth out short-term fluctuations caused by international business acquisitions and restructuring, allowing investors to see a more stable and consistent profit trend. Now let's look at Dot Digital in the UK. It emphasizes adjusted EBITDA and annual recurring revenue, which reflects the long-term sustainable growth brought about by its subscription model. Therefore, both these two companies use non-GAAP metrics, but for different reasons. Microsoft do this to smooth out fluctuations and highlight stability, and Dot Digital do this to emphasize the quality and sustainability of growth. Then we look to the next page. Now let's look at the core charts. These are the data I found on Microsoft and Dot Digital's annual financial report. The left chart shows Microsoft's financial summary. Microsoft selected its acquisition-related expenses, recurring costs, and impairment in their financial report. After excluding these items, the non-GAAP operating profit and EPS are higher and more sustainable, indicating stronger core business performance. The right chart shows the data of Dot Digital. This chart excluded the impact of share-based compensation and amortization of intangibles. The adjusted profit before tax is £16.8 million, and the adjusted EBITDA is £24.3 million, both increasing by approximately 10% compared to the last year. Microsoft's aim is to focus investors on the core business performance, and Dot Digital's aim is to highlight the profitability under subscription model. Then we move to the next page. This page shows the implication for decision making. From the perspective of investors, Microsoft's non-GAAP metrics enable analysts to get closer to the company's long-term profit trend. Dot Digital's metrics can help the market better understand its profit quality. From a cross-border comparison perspective, both the US and the UK companies allow to the disclosure of non-GAAP indicators, but the regulatory focuses differ. The US regulatory authorities requires companies to disclose the reconciliation table of GAAP and non-GAAP, and it must not mislead investors. The UK regulatory authorities, on the other hand, places greater emphasis on definition and transparency. Companies must explain how these indicators are calculated and why they are useful. Finally, to summarize, non-GAAP metrics do indeed enable investors to have a clearer understanding of the core performance. However, the adjusted items and proportions also need to be examined as well. If a company frequently adjusted or the adjustments are too large, it may no longer be clarifying the performance, but rather flattering it. So the best approach is to simultaneously analyze both the GAAP and non-GAAP results, so as to truly understand the impact of management adjustments on profit and valuations. That's all of my presentation. Thank you for listening.